Hello everyone, myself Rukhaya Sheikh, lecturer in physics, Kubudvati Science and Commerce PU College, Shikaripura. Dear students, in the last previous class already we have discussed about the structure of atom and nucleus. Atom consists of nucleus and electrons. And nucleus consists of proton, neutron and some other elementary particles. So now we moving on to the next chapter, semiconductor. So we are already familiar to conductors, insulators and semiconductors. In this chapter, semiconductors, we are going to discuss about energy band, valence band and conduction band. So let's see. So what is an energy band? In an isolated atom, the energy levels of electrons are well defined. In solids, nucleus of each atom interacts with the electrons of neighboring atoms. The energy levels are here slightly altered. These different energy levels with continuous variation are called energy band. So what is here energy band? So energy band is defined as it is the group of energy levels with continuous energy variation. How means, listen. So these are all, so always we are in the class we are discussed about these are the energy levels like 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. They are already, you are already familiar to these one. So similarly for low energy E1, E2, E3, E4, like these are all what? Energy levels. So these energy levels with continuous energy variation is called the band. So that is the energy band. So that is consist of the level of different energy levels. So this is here called as energy band. So energy band is defined as it is the group of energy levels with continuous energy variation. Okay. So next it is classified as, so here is the two types. One is the, so energy band is classified into two types. One is valence band, another one conduction band. Okay, so here is the two type of energy band. One is the valence band, another one is the conduction band. So valence band is defined as it is the energy band occupied by the valence electron. So valence band is defined as it is the energy band occupied by valence electrons. So similarly, conduction band, it is the energy band occupied by conduction or free electrons. Okay, so now what is here energy band? It is the group of energy levels with continuous energy variation. It is classified into two types. One is valence band, another one is conduction band. So what is valence band? Valence band, it is the energy band occupied by valence electron. And conduction band, it is the energy band occupied by conduction or free electrons. So next, here is the next concept, that is energy gap. So what is here energy gap? It is the difference in the maximum energy of valence band and minimum energy of conduction band. So now it is the difference in the maximum energy of valence band and minimum energy of conduction band. So this is called as energy gap. So how, ma'am? So listen here. So now it is in the orange box, it is defined as, so this is the valence band. So valence band, what? It is occupied by what? Valence electrons. Okay. So similarly, so here is the another band. So that is called as here conduction band. So it is consisting of what? Conduction electrons. So then you are going to observe here. So valence band. So here band is what? It is consist of number of energy levels. But in the number of different energy levels with the continuous energy variation, we called it as a band. So that is the energy band. So now similarly in the two types, one is the valence bands, another one is the conduction band. The valence band is what? It is occupied by valence electron, and conduction band is occupied by free electrons or conduction electrons. So now you are going to observe here in this band valence band, and here is the conduction band. Similarly, so try to understand here, it is similarly considered this is as a lower energy, this one as a higher energy. So electrons are moved from valence band to the conduction band. So keep in the mind, electrons are moved from valence band to the conduction band. If you are going to observe here, there is a gap between valence band and conduction band. So there is a gap between valence band and conduction band. So this is called as energy gap, or also called as forbidden energy gap. Okay, so on this energy gap, we are classified into metals are also called as metals or conductors, semiconductors and insulators. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about the classification of conductors, semiconductors and insulators. The next concept is here classification of metal, semiconductors and insulators. So this is the classification of metal, semiconductors and insulator. If you are going to take a metal as a conductors. Okay, so depending on the value of energy gap, solids are classified as conductors, semiconductors and insulators. In some conductors, there is a small energy gap between valence band and conduction band. In such conductors, conduction band is partially filled with free electrons and valence band is partially empty. So in some other conductors, the conduction band and valence band are overlapped. In such conductor, the conduction band is filled with large number of free electrons. Okay, so now we are going to classify. So metals are also called as semiconductors and insulators. So metal also has conductors. So it is based on the conductivity and resistivity. Okay, so in metals or conductors, the value of conductivity is 10 raised to 2 to 10 raised to 8 Simon per meter. In semiconductors, 10 raised to 5 to 10 raised to minus 6 Simon per meter. In insulator, how much? 10 raised to minus 11 to 10 raised to minus 19 Simon per meter. So what is the conductivity values in conductors, semiconductors and insulator is in metals or conductors 10 raised to 2 to 10 raised to 8 Simon per meter. In semiconductor 10 raised to 5 to 10 raised to minus 6 Simon per meter, and in insulator 10 raised to 11 to 10 raised to 19 Simon per meter. So this is the classification of metal, semiconductors and insulator on the basis of what? Conductivity. So similarly, so let's see the value of resistivity. So that is the value of resistivity for metals or conductors is 10 raised to minus 2 to 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. Okay. So for semiconductor 10 raised to minus 5 to 10 raised to plus 6 ohm meter. So in insulator 10 raised to 11 to 10 raised to 19 ohm meter. So this is the conductivity value and this is the resistivity value. So this is the classification of metals, semiconductors and insulators on the basis of what? Conductivity and resistivity. So what's the value of conductivity for the metals? 10 raised to 2 to 10 raised to 8 Simon per meter. In semiconductor 10 raised to 5 to 10 raised to minus 6 Simon per meter. In insulator 10 raised to minus 11 to 10 raised to minus 19 Simon per meter. So similarly, so classification of metals, semiconductors and insulators on the basis of resistivity is 10 raised to minus 2 to 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. In semiconductor 10 raised to minus 5 to 10 raised to 6 ohm meter. In insulator 10 raised to 11 to 10 raised to 19 ohm meter. So next, moving on to the next concept, distinguish between conductor, semiconductor, insulator on the basis of band theory. So distinguish between conductors, semiconductors and insulators on the basis of band theory. So What is band theory? So band theory means what? It is based on what? Energy band. So what is energy band? It is a group of energy levels with continuous energy variation. So how we are going to? So in diagrammatically representation of what? So it is here, so lower band, so that is consist of what? Valence electrons, that is the valence band, and this is the conduction band. So this is the representation of valence band and conduction band with the small gap. So that gap is what? So that is nothing but energy gap, right? So now here valence band consists of valence electron and conduction band consists of conduction or free electrons. So now on the basis of this band theory, so valence band and conduction band, so on this basis of band theory, so our band gap we are distinguish either it is a conductor, semiconductor or maybe a insulator. So let's see in the first case of that energy bands, how it is an energy band in the conductors. So already you are very much familiar to that. So it is a valence band, this is the conductor band. So in conductor, valence band and conduction bands are overlapped. So overlapped means what? Here value of Eg is equal to 0. Why? Means this is a conduction band and this is the valence band. So this is the conduction band and valence band. So this is on what? The overlap with each other. So overlap with each other means there is a no gap. If there is a no gap means there is a no value of Eg. So therefore here Eg is equal to what? 0. So it is in what? In metals or conductors. Okay. So in metals or conductors. So conduction band is largely filled with free electrons above 0 Kelvin temperature. Okay, so conduction band is partially filled with free electrons above 0 Kelvin temperature. So next in semiconductors. Okay, so semiconductors, here the valence band and conduction band are separated by small energy gap. Okay, so now, so this is the valence band and this is the conduction band, right? So there is a small gap in the valence band and conduction band. So here in the case is what happened? It is overlap with each other. So there is a overlap with each other means here the value of Eg is here 0. In the case of semiconductor, there is a small gap. So where it is a gap means up to what? So what is the value of Eg here? The value of Eg is here. So is less than 3 electron volt. So the value of Eg is here less than 3 electron volt. So that is, take it as a semiconductor. So in whatever the metals or the, okay, whatever metals are in semiconducting materials, if they are said to be a semiconductor, so on the basis of band theory, the gap between the valence band and conduction band, it must be less than what? 3 electron volt. So here the conduction band is partially filled with free electrons, okay, above 0 Kelvin temperature. So here conduction band is partially filled with free electrons above 0 Kelvin temperature. So next here insulator. In insulator again, so there is a valence band and this is the conduction band. So valence band and conduction band, it is separated by a large energy gap. It is by a small energy gap, that is up to less than 3 electron volt, and here it is a large temperature, means large energy gap. So that is a large energy gap means what? It is the value of Eg is here greater than 3 electron volt. So greater than 3 electron volt. So that is here called as insulator. The material is said to be as a insulator. So conduction band is completely empty above 0 Kelvin temperature. Okay, so this is the distinguish of conductors, semiconductors and insulators on the basis of band theory. So it is classified into, basis of metals, semiconductors and insulator. So in metals, conduction band and valence band overlap with each other with the value of Eg is equal to 0. In semiconductor, conduction band and valence band, so having a small energy gap, so that small energy gap with the value of Eg is must be less than 3 electron volt. In insulator, the valence band and conduction band has large energy gap, so with the value of Eg is greater than 3 electron volt. So the value of the material, it must be consist of the value of Eg is less than 3 electron volt means it is a semiconductor. If the value of Eg is greater than 3 electron volt means it is an insulator. If there is no gap between the valence band and conduction band, it is the value of Eg is equal to 0 means what? It is called it as metals or conductors. Okay. Okay, now let's see some important definitions of the concepts like doping, dopants, donors, acceptors, like that. So let's see the first one here, doping. Okay, so then what is here doping? It is the process of placing impurity atom into the crystal structure of pure semiconductor. So it is nothing but what? The adding of impurities. So adding of impurities. So here doping is what? The process of placing impurity atoms into the crystal structure of pure semiconductor. So it is the process. So adding of impurities to the pure semiconductor, pure semiconductors. Okay, so that is the adding of impurities to the pure semiconductor. So that is already the crystal structure of pure. So what is here crystals? So that is the arrangement of lattice and basis. It is called as structure. So that is the crystal structure. So that is lattice plus basis is equal to what? Crystal structure. So this is the crystal structure. So what is here lattice means? Lattice, it is an imaginary points. Okay. So what is here basis? So bases are nothing but for each lattice is the number of atoms are surrounded to these imaginary points. So that is overall we are take it as it is lattice plus basis is equal to crystal structure. So we are going to, it is the process, actually doping it is a what? The process of adding impurities to the pure semiconductors. Okay. So next concept is here dopants. So dopants, these are impurity atoms doped by the process what here? Doping. So these are impurity atoms. Impurity atoms doped by doping. That is the phenomena. So that is what is the doping phenomena? Already we know that is the process of adding of impurities to the pure semiconductor. So the next concept is here donors. Donors. So these are the pentavalent impurities. Okay, donors are the pentavalent impurities atoms which donate the electrons into pure semiconductor during doping. So these are the pentavalent impurity atoms which donate the electrons into pure semiconductors during doping. Example: arsenic, antimony. So some other etc. So here is donor is what? These are the pentavalent impurity atoms which donates the electron into the pure semiconductor during dopant. So which is donors means what? They donate the electrons. So similarly, what are the acceptors here? Acceptors. So these are the trivalent impurities atoms, impurities atoms which accept the electrons from the pure semiconductors during doping. Okay, examples: indium, boron, etc. Okay, so here is what doping is. What it is a process of adding of impurities to the pure semiconductor. So what are dopants? These are the impurity atoms. What are donors here? These are the pentavalent impurities which donate the electrons into the pure semiconductor during doping. So acceptor means these are what? Trivalent impurity atoms which accept the electrons from the pure semiconductor during doping. So for examples for here, indium and boron. So donor which donates the electron, acceptor which accept the electrons from the semiconductors. Okay, so next here the concept of hole. So what is hole? It is a very important concept. So that is holes and electrons. Here again in the semiconductor, so pure semiconductor, and so that is the pure semiconductor, intrinsic and extrinsic. So extrinsic again it is classified into p type and n types. In that concept, the holes play a very major important role to understand these two types. So let's see the what is hole here. So how it is formed. So when the electrons in the valence band of semiconductor, it is excited to the conduction band. So when electrons in the valence band, so this is the valence band and this is the conduction band. So there is a gap. So that is a small gap, that is a semiconductor. So that's what the chapter in that we are going to discuss about here. So here the valence band and conduction band. The valence band is here what? So when the electrons in the valence band, so what happens to here? It is jumps to what? Conduction band. So excited is nothing but from valence band it is jumped to the conduction band. The vacancy is created in the valence band. So from this here one electron is jumped to here, means here is the empty space. So this vacant site of electron in an atom of the semiconductor is called as hole. the vacant site of electron in an atom of a semiconductor is called a hole. Okay, when a potential difference is applied, the hole moves in valence band in a direction opposite to the dot of electrons. Therefore, hole is considered as positive charge carrier. So in this chapter, the hole is considered as a positive charge carrier. So the very important is here, the hole is considered as positive charge carrier. Okay. So next, so why we are going to, so in this concept we are going to doping, dopants, donor, acceptors. So what is the necessity of doing a doping? So that is the size of the dopant atom and semiconductor atom should be nearly the same. So this is the necessity condition for the doping. Okay. So in the next class we are going to discuss about the types of semiconductors, in that how p-type and n-type semiconductors are distinguished and what is the difference between them. We are discussed in the next upcoming classes. Thank you.